lifestyle and mastermind of my good friend, my accountability partner, my business partner, and just my buddy, all the way out in Valencia, California, out by Magic Mountain, out on the West Coast, Mr. Jerry Meyer, and myself. I am out here on the East Coast. My name is Ernie Kennard, Ethical Ernie, and we make up Mindset Daily at W7W360. Folks, I hear as far west as I am east, and all points in between. Folks, with the assistance of Tula Rainwater, Greg Moore, and Ted Sawyer, we make up the crew here at Mindset Daily. Mindset Daily is just a way to bring positive mindset principles, personal development principles to you on a, well, as we're daily, on a daily basis. We do these calls live 5 days a week, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern. We do these calls for you. And we do these calls not just for you to listen to, not just for you to sit back and to multitask, but we really want you to wrap your head around what we're bringing to the table here. And the real lesson comes at the end of the beginning, where we encourage feedback. Because it is truly the feedback and the participation on this call that really brings the tie-in of the lesson. And it is really important and crucial to hear that feedback and understand. Folks, we also have www.mindsetdaily.com. That's right, www.mindsetdaily.com is our website. It's our blog. Greg Moore manages that blog. He does such a wonderful and great job at doing that. We have over 200, I think we're up to 220 some odd hours of recorded training material over on that we give you for free. There's never going to be a charge for anything that we do here at Mindset Daily. This is just a way to give back to something that touched my life years and years ago, and that was mindset, the right mindset principles. Because without it, I got to be honest with you, I would not be in my walk in life, in my walk in this business, in my walk in this industry, just without the proper mindset. So we just felt it was crucial to be able to do something like this, to bring this to you on a daily basis. And with the advent of Mindset Daily, www.mindsetdaily.com, we're able to bring this to you virtually 7 days a week, 24 hours, so 24/7 all year long for you to enjoy, to glean from, to learn from, and hopefully to help you and to touch others' lives. Folks, this is not a BizOp call. It's not a BizOp presentation. By no way, shape, or form do we pitch any products or services on this call. It's just about mindset. It's really, truly about strengthening your inner core and strengthening of the mind. Nor is this by any way, shape, or form anything that would take away anything from your current BizOp or your current company, because I'm sure they all provide great training. But really, it's just to help you, because without you, it's really irrelevant whether your company exists or not. Folks, this morning on Friday is usually story day, but over this past week, an event has happened that when this morning when I went to find a story, because everything we do here, it's not like we sit and we work on these things for weeks, and we hone and we change and we tweak. And folks, these are all true mindset. When we do these calls, these are our mindset. Just like on Friday morning, I choose the story usually an hour before the call, and I don't read the whole story, and we share that so that it has the same effect on me as it will have on you, and so on with our daily mindsets on Monday through Thursday. We go by a small blueprint, but the mindset principles are our mindset, sharing with you and you sharing your mindsets with us, which creates the great mastermind of this call. This morning, as I was searching for our story, I started thinking really about the event of the last week, and this past week we lost really a mindset, motivation, theologian, inspirer, icon in our industry by the name of Zig Ziglar. I never had the opportunity to meet Zig but I feel that I've met Zig. With his stories, with his trainings, with his YouTube videos, with his infinite wisdom that has been breathed on through others. That I mean, Jim Rohn always shared a lot of Zig's wisdom. I know Darren Hardy shares a lot of, and there's tons out here that share, and also Zig's son. But this past week we lost Zig. Zig went to a much better place, and Zig is watching down on us now. But Zig's wisdom will live on forever, and it's going to live on forever through people like you, Sandy, people like you, Karen, Gilbert, Bill, Catherine, Loretta, Linda, Ernie, all of us. I don't want to miss anybody. Ted. The Zig's wisdom will live on as long as we keep Zig's wisdom living on. And his wisdoms were so spot on with everything that we talk about here on a daily basis that I just felt as sort of a remembrance, as sort of a tribute, that this morning we take a few moments to give thanks for Zig's wisdom and to share in some of Zig's ideology. Now I can be able to share some of that with you this morning, and then we'll go through a few of Zig's mindset principles, and then we'll open it up to the end of this call to really, to kind of get your perspective on it. But once again, this is sort of a tribute to Mr. Zig Ziglar, an icon in the mindset industry, an icon in this motivational industry. We say it time and time again. It's not us that does motivate. We may give the words that inspire, but it's up to you to instill the motivation from internally. So, Zig starts a couple of different quotes from Zig are, and it's amazing the quotes that you find that you go, I know I heard that, I didn't know that Zig wrote it. And one of them is, if you could dream it, then you could achieve it. You'll get all you want in life if you help enough others get what they want. People often say that motivation doesn't last. Well, neither does bathing. That's why we recommend it daily. Zig's thoughts on positive thinking. Just what can positive thinking do? Well, to be candid, some people have been given positive thinking a bad name. I can't stand to hear some gung-ho individual say that with positive thinking you can just do anything. If you think about that one for a minute, you recognize the absurdity of it. As a ridiculous example, I'm a positive thinker, but honestly, folks, I can never slam dunk a basketball or perform major surgery or even minor surgery as far as that goes on anyone and expect the person to survive. Nate Newton, the 100-plus pound lineman for the Dallas Cowboys, is positive, optimistic, and outgoing. But he'd be a complete failure as a jockey or a ballet dancer. It's safe to say that positive thinking won't let you do anything. However, it is even safer to say that positive thinking will let you do everything better than negative thinking will. Positive thinking will let you use the ability which you have. That is awesome, because it works this way. You can walk into a dark room, you can flip on the switch, and immediately the room is lighted. Flipping the switch did not generate the electricity, it released the electricity, which had been stored. Positive thinking works that way. It releases the abilities which you have. The student who hasn't studied and prepared for the test won't be helped with thinking positively. However, positive thinking will help the student who has studied and prepared by releasing that stored knowledge when the questions are asked. To express this in a different way, knowledge breeds confidence. Confidence breeds enthusiasm. And enthusiasm is an important key to being and doing more with your life. That's ZIG on positive thinking. ZIG on success. What is success? It's many things to many people. Here are just a few signs of success. Success is closing the door to your office at the end of the day with a smile of satisfied contentment crossing your face. It's knowing that you did a good job, that those who interacted with you had a positive experience. Success is looking forward to getting home and seeing the people you love. It's being mentally and emotionally free to share yourself with them and to be interested in them. Success is being loved by the people you love. Success is sitting down to pay the bills and knowing that you have enough money to cover them this month and next month. It's knowing that you have taken measures to ensure the financial security of your family in the event of your demise. Success is knowing where to turn when it seems that there's nowhere else to turn. Having a spiritual life is akin to eating food and drinking water. It's necessary. Success is having interests or hobbies to call your own. It's things that you personally anticipate doing again and again and again. Having interests gives you joy and peace. Success is waking up in the morning and feeling. Success is waking up in the morning and feeling food. It's knowing that you eat right and exercising regularly, and that you do everything you personally can to ensure continued health. Feeling good. Okay. Success is turning out the lights, slipping under the covers, and thinking to yourself, it just doesn't get much better than this. It's whispering a little prayer of gratitude to your Creator before you fall asleep into that deep, deep, restful sleep. And here are a few things that success is not. Success isn't calling home from work for the fourth time this week, apologizing because you're going to miss dinner with your family again. Success isn't hurrying into the house and hiding behind closed doors or the television set because after the day I've had, I need my space. Success isn't having all the riches in the world and still trying to figure out how to have more of all the riches. Success isn't physically going to a worship service and mentally writing the to-do list when you get home. Success isn't all work and no play. Success isn't burning the candle at both ends and living on a diet of food that's delivered through a little window. McDonald's drive-through fast food society. Success isn't spending mental energy figuring out how to explain why your project isn't going to come in on time and why you have to miss your child's school play, why you can't pay the bill in full as you promised, why your eyes are red, your blood pressure is going through the roof, and why you're canceling your golf game, and why you just don't find any joy in this thing we call life. Success is directly related to having a balanced life, folks. If any one area is out of sync, all the areas of your life suffer. Take the time to examine your life and take the small steps to gain that balance and to achieve that success. And ZIG, last, is attitude is contagious. It is true that your attitude is contagious. So the question is, should someone catch yours or should they avoid yours? Chuck Swindoll put it this way: the longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. more important than facts. It is more important than the past, more important than education, more important than money, and it's more important than circumstances, or than failures, or than successes, or than what other people think, or say, or do. It is more important than appearance, gifted ability, or skill. It will make or break a company. It will make or break a church. It will make or break a home. An attitude will make or break yourself. The remarkable thing is we have a choice every single day. We have a choice regarding our attitude. We have a choice regarding the attitude we will embrace from that day, starting the moment we wake. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people will act in a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing that we can do is play on the one string that we have. And this one string is attitude. I'm convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it. And so it is with we are changed. Hang on. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitude. William James said the most important discovery of our time is the discovery that man can alter his life by altering his attitude. Perhaps the most extraordinary example of this was that of Dr. Viktor Frankl, who was a prisoner in one of the Nazi death camps. His book, Man's Search for Meaning, describes how he was stripped of all his worldly possessions and subjected to every cruel and debilitating treatment man is capable of imposing on another. However, Dr. Frankl decided that regardless of what they did to him, he was going to take charge of the way he responded to these events. He wrote, "One ultimate freedom is the ability to choose one's attitude in any given circumstance." I want you folks to keep this in mind and subscribe to the conviction that it's your attitude and not your aptitude that will ultimately determine your altitude. You take this approach, I will see you at the top. Wonderful words from Zig Ziglar. Go out and Google Zig Ziglar's newsletter. You can find months of this stuff and other stuff on Zig. We are dearly going to miss you, Zig, but through people like us, you will live on. Phone lines are open. Would love to hear some feedback this morning. Hit star 6, please, if you'd like to share.
Ernie and Sandy.
Yeah, go ahead, Sandy.
This story takes me back to a time in my life where I couldn't see physically. I have an IBD that there is no cure for. And over a period of years, it gradually took almost all of my eyesight. I could stand next to a person and not see the details of their face. I could see them, but that was all. As this progressed, I had a brick and mortar business that I started literally in the basement of my home and gradually moved it out into the building. And it grew. But all this time, my eyesight was going. I can tell you that even getting new glasses every few months, carrying a magnifier in my pocket, and I can remember I probably had always picking one up and using this bifocal. I continued to run my shop. I had no employees. It was a small shop. I had no employees. And I ran it by myself. Occasionally my girls would come in and help me when I did errands and so on. But I ran my business by myself. And as my eyesight got worse, you say to yourself, why? You know I like to read. You know there are things I want to do. And I'm talking, I was 50 years old. There are things I want to do. There are things I still want to see. I have grandchildren that are babies. I want to see them grow up. I want to see my oldest granddaughter walk down the aisle. I want to be able to make her wedding gown. And you can wallow in all of that why. But you know what? With the attitude that you're talking about this morning, I chose not to wallow. My husband talks about how devious I was at the time because it's deceptive because I kept a lot of my handicap in. And in the year 1999, I went around and did research and had found a line in Virginia and had checked everything out there. But in the 1st of December that year, I called my ophthalmologist and went in for a checkup. And this is a doctor that had treated me for 25 years already. I looked at him and I said, you know, you got to do something. I want my life back. I want my life back. This man told me, he said, I cannot do surgery that you're asking me to do because it could possibly totally blind you to where you can't see at all. And my words were to him, I have nothing to lose. I want my life back. I left his office with his promise that he would call. I had had some surgery done at Johns Hopkins in 1972. He said, let me call there and see what we can do. By late afternoon that same day, he called me back. He had me scheduled to go January the 4th of 2000 to Johns Hopkins for surgery. I went, and the head of the cornea division, it's a teaching hospital, you see students all day, and then when the head of the cornea division comes in and checks what everybody else has found and he does his exam, he says the same thing that my doctor said. I want to practice on your blind eye first because of the risk involved. And I looked at him, and my husband's sitting across the room. He's been there with me all day. And I looked at this doctor, and I said, I have nothing to lose. The answer is no. Either do the surgery on the eye that can be saved, or I'm going home. This doctor tried to talk me out of that, and I said, no, I am adamant to do it, or I'm going home. I signed a release form that morning and had eye surgery the next day. Now, I can tell you through the about 3 weeks, 4 weeks between the 2 visits of doctors, I had such a peace about what was about to happen that I was not concerned about the risk because I knew that I would have my life back. I knew it in my heart. 3 days after eye surgery, I go back in for a checkup, and I can count the leaves on the trees across the street from my house with one eye. The point is, I had the peace that said if I came home totally blind, I was pretty low in the school department. I cannot and will not sit still and let the world and my life pass me by. Thank you for the story, Arnie. It brought back something I need to say.
Thank you so much, Sandy, for sharing that. Thank you so much.
Can you guys hear me?
Sure can. Go ahead, Terry.
Okay, good. Sandy, I learned something that's called getting leverage on yourself. Have you guys heard of that? You were able to get leverage on yourself. In other words, you were able to see where you are and take the next step towards getting better. And it's like, it is amazing how if we just take the next step, you know, like take view of where we're at and just say, okay, this is my next step in this direction that I want to go, then it seems like it works out. You know, I think that, and I am guilty of this in the past, of trying to jump too many steps, doing what other people said to do. And I think that you made a decision that was truly yours, and congratulations for finding that place and getting leverage on yourself to do it. And so that's such an awesome example for all of us, and thank you for sharing that. It's an encouragement to me.
You're welcome. The thing is, and this is what gave me back this morning, Ernie. We all are in businesses, and we've all heard those. Work 2 hours a week and get rich today. We've all heard. It doesn't work. It doesn't work that way in our daily lives. It doesn't work that way in business. It doesn't work that way in our spiritual lives. It doesn't work that way in our health. We have to, Karen, like you said, we have to leverage one step at a time. We have to remember in building our business, you may only get one new customer or one new distributor or partner a month. You may only get one every other month. You may get 4 in 1 week. But it is the attitude that is my life. I want it. This is what I want, and this is how I'm going to get it. Starting a business in the basement of my home, I did the same had built it into a business that could afford to build its own building. And ran it with no eyesight. It's the answer of what I want. What is best for me? Not for Ernie, not for Karen, not for Dave, and all the others I'm thinking, what is best for me?
I think that's why we talk so much about, it is all about you. It is, it all comes from internally. We share all these things that can help build that. And you're spot on. Thank you. Sandy, thank you. Karen, I mean, you guys bring up folks, just, you're right, Karen, leveraging ourselves, leveraging us. Thank you so much. Linda, I think you had something you want to share?
I do. Many of the things that you hit on today, as you very well know, and a couple of other people on this call, a month ago, a little more than a month ago, I was in a situation that I had been in for quite some time, and I stored my meals and come back to Indiana, and I've done that. And the one door closed on me where I was going to stay, and I had to change routes. And so now where I'm at, I can get back up on my feet. There's been some challenges, and just this morning, someone decided to do dishes at 6:30 in the morning. Critter, clank, 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 clank. And of course, I'm laying there in bed, and I wake up, and I'm not very happy. So I finally get out of bed, and I get dressed, and I come outside, and I have one bite, I smoke. And as I was having my first cigarette, a school bus pulled up on the corner, and there was a smile engine, and interrupting me, and more noise, and I'm getting more irritated, and then I realized what I was doing. That's so important to realize where your mind is at. And I started my self-talk, and got into a very good mood before I even went to my computer to do my business.
Realization. Realization is so crucial. And when you realize the mood, you realize the habit, you realize what is happening, and those are all steps. Those are all first steps in changing that. And once again, as Zig said, and as we say here on Mindset Daily, it's all about the choice. And you made the choice to turn it around. I commend you on the realization. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Linda. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for listening.
Anyone else this morning? Anyone else? Going once? Going twice? So, I want to thank you for all for showing up this morning. I'll share this with you guys, this final thought. It was truly character that got us out of bed this morning. It's our commitment that has moved us into action. And it's the discipline that is able to enable us to follow through. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for each and every one of you showing up here this morning. It means the world to me. These calls are just a lifeblood of our daily existence, for me anyway, and I know for many others that they touch. On behalf of Jerry Meyer, Trula Rainwater, Greg Moore, and Ted Sawyer, I am Ernie Kennard, Ethical Ernie. This is the Mindset Daily Call. Remember, folks, life is what's happening, but the choice you make today will be that one. What's that? Will be the one that shifts your tomorrow. Go out and share a smile with someone, folks. You just never know whose day it's going to make. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend. We'll be back here Monday morning to do it all over again. And if you need the call, www.mindsetdaily.com. Go over there and share your thoughts, and we'd love to hear some feedback over there. Have a wonderful weekend. God bless each and every one of you. Bye for now. Bye.
Bye. Bye, everybody.